months ago, I made a new friend. Right when I needed it. Best friend's been there. He's been through it all before me. What happened next is truly for the books. This man opened his heart, he opened his heart to me. He opened his heart for you. So no matter what, no matter what, you've got to roll. Yeah, you can't go slow. Get through this time we're living in. Get your updates from Wages World. You may find yourself in the mirror, quoting yourself, you're looking for answers. Get your space weather from Wages World. The Wages World. Go get it all from Wages World. You check it, you gotta see me coming at me. Gotta get on by 3, gotta tell the world, get ready, cause you don't know what's coming. If we're gonna shut down, no, but I'm gonna give it to you. If we can, we're going to be prepared. Get on the Wages World. Get your funk with the Wages World, yeah. Maybe we'll have a little Hammerlin Jameson on Wages World, yeah. There's just one show you got to catch. It's Wages World. There's just one show you got to catch. It's Wages World. My brother Wages. Down and into the brother Wages. Down and into the brother Wages. Yeah, get the Wages World, yeah. See you me, come up at 3, you gotta get home, get yourself charged, cause you don't know, gonna take you out, gonna just drop you off the face of the world, to the Wages World. Tune in to get your updates. Oh, your updates, Wages World. The Wages World. On the Wages World. On the Wages World. Now you get your updates from Wages World. Get your updates, Wages World. To get your updates from Wages World.
Hey guys, what's up? Somebody give me a 5 for 5 if anybody's in there. Let me know what's up. And we'll get started here if we could. It's good to be here with you guys tonight. I haven't been able to do a live one in a minute. and just want to go with you guys. And okay, cool. Hey guys, I do want to just reiterate the chat rules. Please do not, slam any other channel, that kind of thing. Even if you think I don't like them, don't attack each other personally. Most definitely challenge each other's ideas and stuff. I'm not saying not to do that because I encourage that, but please be respectful. Simple as that. My mods know what to do. I trust them, and yeah. Also, mods, if you guys are listening to me here, I unblocked almost everybody. Okay. If you guys see a name in here that it just pops up and immediately starts bam, 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 bam in the chat. If you recognize that name already, just go ahead and hide them again. I'm trying to give everybody a second chance and not be so, because I understand people can change and, if they don't want to be rude, basically, they're welcome back. So I'm giving everybody kind of a second chance there, if they want to come back into the chat and stuff like that. But if you guys do recognize a name and they come in here, start spamming or start attacking other people, please don't even give them 3 strikes if you recognize the name. Just get them out of here if they want to act like that again. So anyway, we're going to move on from that. I do got a channel announcement I'm going to talk about. It's a new channel I'm going to be doing. We'll talk about that here in a minute, but I want to get to the space weather stuff first, guys. Yeah, so you guys are looking at the Schumann just like I am right here. And that's a significant thing going on right there, guys. I have to say, yeah. But what you guys got to understand, I want you guys to pay attention to this too. You guys see the time down here? I don't talk about this much, but this is the local time in Russia. Tomsk, Russia is where this tool's at. So if you look at the time frame of this is the backside. This is the dark side of the Earth. It's nighttime when this spike hit over there. So whatever's causing that, don't know. But I'm just putting it out there so everybody can understand that. That happened on the night side part of the Earth. Now you go over here to this spike. This is during the day. Okay, so you see it's 8 a.m. That's daytime. So we have to keep that in consideration when we're looking at these. And again, guys, go over to Verte Arbuoto's channel. I promote him all the time because I think he knows what he's talking about in the levels that I could never understand about the Schumann, just so you guys know. He's very intelligent. He's been studying it for close to 30 years, I think he said. And I'm going to be having him on my show here before too long. I just haven't had the time to really get it together and do that. Been a lot of other stuff going on in my own personal life and stuff like that. I just haven't had time to really get with people. I've let a lot of stuff go as far as this goes. I'm trying to get back to it, and I will, okay? But just understand, this is the night side of the Earth. So when we get spikes like that on the night side, that's a significant thing to talk about. So if you're feeling ringing in your ears and stuff like that, look at this, okay? It can make you feel really, really bad. And I've talked about that many times. There's so many studies done. We need the 7.83 hertz to really feel normal, I guess, if you want to use that term. There's a lot more behind all that. And to be honest with you, I don't understand all of it directly. I mean, I got a good understanding of what we're talking about here, but I don't have the understanding that like Verte does. Just so you guys know. Yeah, I seen that too, Axe. That's a good point. Okay, now let me address. Axe here says, you get this spike, but then you got the rounded edge over here. Why is it so? Did it cut off right here and then round over here? Well, what we have to understand is that could be actually 2 different signals, 2 different frequencies from 2 different places. Okay, and this graph can only recognize the hertz level. So if you're getting the same hertz level from 2 different sources, you can get these kinds of signatures. In other words, there's one behind it. This thing here is probably like this one particular spike. But this one did cut off right there at that same time. So, if you're having 2 separate little anomalies going on there at the same time, they're going to show up as one until one of them stops and the other one continues. That's why you get these kind of half-looking type of stuff sometimes. That's why the understanding of looking at this tool is important because, all this thing is going to be able to show you is Hz level and how strong it is. That's it. It can't say, hey, it came from here, there, or the other. Is there more than one source or all that? But that is, Axe makes a great point right there. That is definitely an odd signature. We've seen similar stuff like that before, but nothing that's a pretty obvious obvious difference. So yeah. Hey Becca, what's up? And hi to everybody. Linda, good to see you in here. Everybody else too, guys. I wish I could say hi to everybody, but it takes way too long to do that. So I'm gonna trust my mods. I'm gonna put my chat away there. But you guys can see here, guys. Look, we're talking about a geomagnetic storm in about here in about 12 hours. Okay, that's the forecasting that NOAA's giving us. Now that's from that double little CME burst we had, or filament release, a few days ago. Plus, we've already got geomagnetism hanging around right now because of coronal holes. So when that happens, the stuff's already here, and it really does tend to build up. Okay, and then it won't take as much to really push us up into levels. Now listen, I want to make a point. And my point here is, guys, the last geomagnetic storm we got, if you guys remember, it went to a G3. There was absolutely nobody, and I mean nobody, thought that was going to happen. The only one that even said that was even possibly a chance was me, and I even said, hey, it's an extreme outside chance we might get to a G3. Okay? And I didn't think it was going to happen. That's just what I said during my live stream. Now, again, guys, keep in mind, it makes you wonder, if they're forecasting this, are we going to get higher because, they missed it last time? What's going on with all this, right? We talk about how the Earth is handling it. Are we not handling it as good as we used to? That kind of thing. And that's what we're talking about here. There's a lot of different people have a lot of different ideas on whether or not the magnetic field's weakening. There's a lot of good research saying that it is, and there's other stuff out there saying that it's not, saying it's coming from other stuff. So I encourage everybody to look at both sides of that and just go look at it and make your mind up for yourself. But what I will say to that is that the fact of the matter is we got to a G3 last time, and that wasn't expected. That's something that can't be, argued on either side of that conversation. That happened. So, whatever did cause us to do something like that, don't know. Now, is it a big deal? Probably not, because it was only a G3. Now, if we get to like a G3 this time, then we're going to have another discussion, because this eruption that happened on the sun that's going to hit us here, here in about 12 hours, at least they're forecasting it to, it looked really, really weak. I'll say that. It didn't look like it was strong. And I even said that when I did my little short videos. And I hope you guys like, hey, IG, how you doing? Menacing, what's up? Karen, what's happening? Thomas, Sonia, Sonoma, sorry. Loretta, what's going on, guys? Mrs. J, what's up? I hope you guys like the little shorts I'm doing, because, it's a good way for me to, just give you guys a little quick, hey, this is happening. And I really hope you guys like that. I'm on TikTok too, guys. If you guys go down to my description, my TikTok is there. I'm posting there, and I'm posting the shorts here on YouTube. Now, keep in mind, here on YouTube, the shorts is in beta. It's in beta testing. And they're using us creators to beta test it. So whether or not they keep it, I don't know. I think it's YouTube's way of kind of going at that whole TikTok 1 minute clip video stuff. I think that's their way of trying to get into that market, get into that part of social media, that stuff, to kind of combat that and not lose viewers and all that kind of thing. They're trying to sneak into there a little bit, and it may be successful. Who knows? But I don't think it's going to be as successful, obviously, as TikTok is right now, because they're having so much success. It's crazy. But I enjoy TikTok myself, but obviously I enjoy YouTube too. So the YouTube shorts I'm doing are exactly like a TikTok. I mean, most of the time I post both on the same video on both places. So if you would, do me a favor, run over to TikTok real quick and follow me over there. Because it will help. It does help build everything up. It does help build the channel. Believe it or not, it will help draw viewers over here. So I'm hoping that happens and we can just keep growing and add to our family here. But anyway, guys, you got this sunspot. Now look, okay, it's flaring. It's not big flaring, but it's spitting and sputtering. Now, the flares that were happening were kind of behind the limb, and I'll show them to you here in a minute. They weren't like all the way Earth-facing yet. So these most likely were just a little bit stronger. And it did look like there was some plasma releasing from the sun during some of these flares, which would be a CME. So it's producing some decent activity, and I think it's the same sunspot that was giving us issues like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think it survived, and it's coming back around. And that does happen from time to time. Okay, it's going to happen more and more often as we move forward. But the first look at the sun here, guys, here's that sunspot. Now, notice, like I said, it hasn't even crested the limb yet. But yet we're getting x-rays from it. That means that it's flaring and it's coming around there a little bit, and it's going to be substantial. Now, notice this coronal hole. This is a sizable coronal hole. Okay? This isn't nothing that's small. Matter of fact, this is like the second biggest one this sun cycle so far. And it was directly Earth facing. Matter of fact, we're probably still connected to it. So the fact that we're getting solar wind from that, plus all the other stuff that's happening, we definitely could get into some geomagnetism events that are ongoing. I'm not trying to say that that's what's happening right now. We're just going to have to wait and see what's going on with the rest of that. But with that said, we're just going to have to pay attention. It really is. We're just going to have to pay attention. Now, again, if you look here, this is visible light. All right. If you look real close, you might be able to see a little black hole right there. That is that sunspot. Notice if you compare it to this one's bigger. This one was that, I believe it was the big one that gave us issues the last time it crossed the face of the sun. I'd have to go back and look just to verify that, but I'm pretty sure that that's the same sunspot. So if we go down here and we look at auroras, you're going to start seeing auroras pick up, okay? I'm not sure. I would imagine this absorption prediction chart here is going to show some flaring, I would think. I haven't looked at it yet. Usually when you get spikes at X-ray, this thing will pick it up, even if it's real light. But it doesn't look like it is. So, like I said, those up there, these kinds of little flares aren't really much of anything. The baseline, we're up into like a B, a high A class, but it looks like when they spike, they're kind of going to middle B range, which is, let's just face it, guys, absolutely probably nothing. It's a little uptick, but it's nothing to really be concerned about. So that's why I don't mention it or waste time on it. Here is the discovered data. Now, guys, what do we talk about? We talk about the BZ, right? We're definitely in the -6 area right now. So that's the angle at which it enters our system. So what are we talking about here? It means that we're in the right position magnetically to allow whatever hits us to come into our system really, really easy. So anything we get hit with right now is definitely going to probably bump us up. You can see the density here in orange. 10 is, we look at 4 as what we consider normal. But anything above that, yeah. I've seen this thing get to 100 and not really give us any issue before because of the angle, right? But I've seen it be as low as 5 or 6, and we had geomagnetic storm level. So it takes more than one thing to cause a geomagnetic storm. That's kind of my point. Now, we got the density kind of peaking up, but at the same time, if you get them both peaking at the same time, the wind speed and the density, that's when we take the bigger hits usually. But you can see how right here on the end, you see how the density kind of leveled off and kind of started peaking a little bit? But so did the wind speed. It did the same thing. It's moving the same direction. That typically means that we're getting ready to get hit with something. Okay? When those are going the same direction. Usually these are kind of going the opposite of one another. And the reason being is because when you're talking about faster wind speed, it's flushing out some of those charged particles. So the density of those drops when it's moving faster, usually. Now, if we take a big hit while our density's going up at high wind speeds, we're talking CME, like big time CME stuff. Yeah, we take big hits when that happens. So just so you know. Also, the polarity of the solar wind itself, it flipped. It's called the phi angle right here. I've talked about that many times. It stayed up here in the positive for, oh man, that's a long time. Usually it doesn't stay up there that long. Usually it flips back and forth a couple times, at least for a minute or two. But it stayed up here pretty consistent for a good while there. But now, obviously when the BZ started moving around, so did the phi angle. And that happens a lot, just so you know. Okay. All right. Hey, Tab, birthday, what's up? So, again, guys, like I said earlier, go over to Verte's channel. You can drop your link in there, Verte, if you want. He does, in my opinion, the best work on Schumann that anybody does on the net. This is my opinion. Here's the Magnetopause models, magnetosphere. This is the velocity or the wind speed itself. You're going to see that things are jumping around. Why are they jumping around? Because you're getting missing time somewhat. The time here is kind of bouncing around. It's missing a few minutes here and there. It doesn't look like it's missing like big hour-long blocks or anything. It looks like it's missing like 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. This one will give us a capture every minute, which is kind of why I like this one. It's way more consistent in that aspect anyway. The density, obviously, you're going to see similar stuff. Things are going to move the same way as what we're seeing up here. Remember, density, the darker the color, the more dense it is on this graph, okay? So you can see where all the higher dense particles are, and there's your pressure. Now, again, guys, this is like an everyday thing now. Having lots of pressure. So, and from what I can see, most of it's on the backside over here. So, take that for what it's worth. That's just simple observation. Again, a lot of different things can be causing that, and a lot of different people have a lot of different ideas on all that, and I encourage everybody to go check it all out. Every bit of it. And I mean every bit of it. That's just my opinion. But yeah. Okay, so geomagnetic or electric field, geoelectric field here. This is space weather's effect on our electrical grid. And as you can see, when we get space weather, this will start moving, okay? Which is exactly what it's doing. So you guys can see that. I'm not sure, I can't pin this to the top right now. I don't know what the heck's going on with my computer, but I was trying to pin the chat to the top and it won't let me. I'll have to fix that later, so sorry about that. Is Rip here? Didn't see him. Hey, Candace, what's up? If Rip's in there, what's up? Hey, my brother, what's up? Heck yeah. Good to see you, man. You guys want to know anything about prepping? That's the man to go to right there, I'm telling you. You guys should check out his gardening stuff he's been doing. He's doing, his garden, I think this is his second year doing a garden. Oh my gosh. Crazy, crazy good. Hey, what's up, Candace? Good to see you. Ain't seen you in a minute. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Okay, but anyway, our electric field here, guys, yes, it's going to be affected by space weather. It's just what this is for. Again, this model here isn't completed yet. It's still in testing. They're trying to get everything worked out. This one will be the better model after it gets completed. You can tell around the bigger cities or populated areas, it's going to be more because there's simply more electrical components in those areas. Okay? So, yeah. Oh, did you? That's awesome, Candace. Hey, Pamela, what's happening? What is happening? Hey, Captain, what's up? So, yeah. Oh, by the way, I think Mark Pires is live too, guys. I know he goes on right around 9 o'clock. I got the notification a few minutes ago. Don't feel like you got to stay here. If you guys want to go over to Mark's channel, please do. If you guys want a positive release or whatever, you guys need to go over there and listen to some good music. Like I said before, he made that intro music for me. That was an improv written song he did. So I have to say, guys, that's just so so impressive to me. You guys got to get to know him and his channel and what he's doing over there. It's such a positive thing. And I know I said it, and I've said it, and I've said it, and I'm going to continue to say it because everybody needs to hear it. So that's just my opinion. But please go over to his channel. He's probably live right now. We'll check it out here in a minute after I get done with my show. But yeah, please do. I would rather you guys go watch him and watch mine on replay if you want. That's, anytime I can give somebody some positivity, that's where I'm going to point you guys. And that's really why I do that. And Mark's a great guy. He's one of my best friends, and all the mods over there are mods here, and it's like a family. It's a brother. It really is. No kidding. And I feel like that about a lot of my moderators too here. Just so you guys know. Even though you might be a sister, I'm going to call you my brother. If you know what I mean. So, this is the Australian Magnetopause model. You can see it bouncing around here. It's getting compressed some. Like I said, guys, we're going to have some incoming weather. I mean, that is what's going to happen. So, again, this is the bow shock representing it. You can get the density here, speed here, BZ here. Now, nothing crazy right now. That's what I'll say, okay? Because there's not. Actually, I'm going to X out of that. Get rid of some of these so I don't slow down. But yeah. So, let's take a look at this. This is probably what everybody's here to see real quick. And I get it. Because that's what that's what I would be doing. Here is, and I'm going to bring the chat up here because I want you guys to see it. Actually, let's do this first. Yeah. Let's bring it here. So, I'll just leave the chat down right now. Here's that spot. Okay, so let me, I'm gonna rotate it through. See it already peaking? Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? I mean, it's like rapid fire right now. The thing is really active. Now, the concern here isn't necessarily this second. The concern is when this sunspot is right here, or even right here, or even right here. Okay? Once it crests the limb and it fires a flare, we will get, whatever X-ray it can produce, it'll hit us. X-rays go out in all directions. They don't care what direction it is. It goes out in all directions. It's here in 8 minutes. It's moving at the speed of light. So just know that, okay? But that's what's happening with that. That is definitely something we want to keep our eye on. I'm not sure if it'll let me. Yeah, as soon as I do that, it's going to click off there. But yeah. So that's definitely something we're going to have to keep an eye on, guys. Now, I'll show it to you here on the 304 also. This right here will show you the plasma leaving the sun. This is what we look at for filaments, usually the 304 angstrom. But this will really give us a good idea. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. How about that? Give you guys a really good look at it. Let's do that. Okay, so here it is. Now watch. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, it's not stopping. That was one cycle. Okay, that was 300 images. And that's all that was. I wasn't moving that back and forth. I was just moving forward. So when I do that, you're going from 9 UTC. That's about 12 hours of data right there. So in 12 hours, you're going to get all that. That is a lot of activity, okay, from one sunspot. Now right there was probably the biggest one. Now see, look, that's a flare. You see that signature it's showing you? That little hash mark, and if this thing was over here when that did that, you would see a full X showing up. Okay, so that was probably the biggest, the flare producer. That's probably what gave us the most X-ray. This one right there. But you can also see along with this flare, you're seeing plasma leave. See that? That is a CME. Okay? Now, some of that left. Not all of it. You can see some of it get drawn back in. Watch. I'm going to go forward. See it getting sucked back in? I wasn't going backwards right there. I was going forward. See it still going back to the surface? What's happening there? Well, let me tell you what's happening there. When that explodes out like this, okay, that's a magnetic connection line that those things are on. Okay? So those are charged particles, which is charged gas, and that's what plasma is. So what happens is, if it can't escape the sun, it follows that same connection line back to the surface. And that's exactly what you see right here. See it? So the real powerful ones are the ones we worry about because they escape the sun. And that was not a baby by no means. You see them? It looks like fireballs, but that's really not technically what they are. They're balls of plasma, basically, getting ejected out. You know, when we're talking about like the word fire, people get kind of sensitive with that because it takes oxygen for fire, right? And we know that there's no oxygen in space. So that's why that's why it's not fire. That's why it's a fusion. There's a whole lot of technical stuff behind that. I get it. But I did want to show that to you. Now, this right here, guys, this is, hey, Rose, what's up? Mark J, good to see you. This is stereo A. This is our side view, okay? So let me, nope. Gosh, I wish I could pin that stupid thing. Anyway, I'm going to zoom back in. This is our side view. Now, Earth is over here, basically, okay? So this is that big sunspot. Now, it's going to end up about right here by the time the time lapse is over. But, again, this would be the complete backside of the sun way over here. That'd be like opposite of what our view is. So that's why I'm saying that is that same sunspot that was in front of us a couple weeks ago. And now it's coming back through. So let me just rotate this through. And I know that it's pixelated. That's what you get when you get stereo A imaging. They will go back and correct some of that as they get data. But it takes them like 3 or 4 days. There's a lag on the high def stuff that they can do on this. They do take this and they do try to clean it up, some of it. If you go back in time, you'll see that. You go back historically. But you see those flares? Here, let me do this. The flares are going to happen right here. Let me, yeah, let's just do that. How about that? All right, so let me bring it back around. We'll watch it again. See how active that thing is staying already? Now, right here, it gets really active. Boom, boom, boom. I'll back it up so you can see that a little bit better. Now, like I said, guys, I know this is highly pixelated, but that's what we get, okay? Can't do nothing about that. You see how it's just staying completely active. And that's the end of the time lapse. So, this is our side view, all right? Remember, the Earth's over here to the right, if we were looking from this satellite. Now, this thing used to almost be 90 degrees from us. It's no longer, okay? Stereo A is slowly creeping towards Earth in the orbit, okay? So the angle that we're looking at here, you know, say we said Earth was here, you know, you go back a few years, stereo A would have been directly 90 degrees, right? Or close to it. Now it's slowly coming closer to Earth. The angle is more like this. If say the satellite's here, Earth is really kind of like right here. From this view now. We're not directly, 90 degrees. So we have to keep that in mind when we're talking about this. Because that'll affect the angle of which this is coming. Which we look at it from. So we have to know that kind of stuff to be able to get a good grasp on if it's coming at us or not. That kind of thing. You guys understand that? Or did I just go way out in left field? Bruce. Killing me there, brother. Xenos, what's happening? Hey, bro. IEX, what's happening? We're going to talk about that in a minute, IEX, because I'm doing something. Hey, Russell, what's up? I'm doing something here and we'll talk about that in just a second. Just let me get through this real quick. He's talking about other subjects and people should dedicate certain, they wish they would do a channel dedicated to that subject line and all that kind of thing. We're going to talk about that in just a second. So, yeah. Hey, Vicky, what's happening? Jerry, what's up? Rebecca Morrison, what's happening? Mr. Mom, what's happening? Mostly Peaceful. Hey, that's a good name. AG, what's that? All right. So this is seeds, guys. Again, this is our perspective. This is LASCO C2. It's on the Soho Observatory looking at the sun. That's all it does. All right. So there you go. Not much you're going to see here. Now, notice the timestamp when it stops. This is important to know because I'm going to pause it. You look at the time, even down here, the last capture we get's at 1400. So we're really not picking up many of those flares right there and those CMEs it was firing. Okay? We're missing some time. It hasn't caught up yet. Now, it'll probably come back. It usually does. There's a whole lot of reasons that could be happening. Whole lot of reasons. I'm not even going to get into all that right now. But if we go down here and look at stereo A, this will give us a side view again. And this right here is actually, if you look at this, this is showing you some of those because of the time frame, right? If you look at that, it is during those flares. So let me do that. You can see some of them firing off here. See the time? You didn't start seeing them until after the time LASCO kind of cut out on us there. All right. Notice you get a pretty good amount of energy back here right now, and that's because of all the sunspots and stuff that are right here. They're now going to be coming our direction. And that's why I put in the title Flare Watch, because I really think that this thing is something we're going to have to, if we get 6 or 7 small flares in a period of 12 hours, that's quite a bit from one sunspot. And in my opinion, typically when they're doing that, it's almost like foreshock with an earthquake. When it starts doing that, it becomes more and more unstable until something happens and boom, they fire a big one. I forgot to show you guys something real quick. I wanted to show you guys this too. This is something I'm finding extremely interesting, and I don't know why this is, okay? So let me pull this up, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now, what I'm talking about is, I'm going to see if you guys can notice it. See where I'm drawing my cursor? Right at the kind of equatorial regions of the sun. Now, you can't really see much when you're zoomed in like that. So let me zoom out. Now, do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see the haze up here and down here? It seems like in the equatorial regions of the sun, for whatever reason, the corona isn't showing up as much. Even on the edges here. You can see how it's cutting out a little bit. I find that really interesting. Now, I don't know if it's always like that, and I just haven't noticed before. But as I zoom in, you'll be able to see it more. And I'm going to show it to you on this one, too, because it does kind of show up a little bit better on this one. I think, anyway, for my eye. You can still see how it's kind of... Now, I want to say this. While I'm talking about this, it's important to know that the equator of the sun, it rotates on its axis of the sun faster at the equator than what it does on the poles. Okay? So that's why when we get sunspots, that's why they show up here and they migrate as the sun cycle progresses. They migrate towards the equator position of the sun. So what I'm talking about is, if you're talking about like sunspots, the reason they develop in the places they do is because when the sun cycle resets, the magnetic connection lines are straight. They're vertical. Okay? So the fact that the equator rotates faster than the poles, it starts pulling those magnetic connection lines, that magnetic lines. It starts pulling them horizontal. And that's actually what a sunspot is. It's that magnetic connection line has gotten pulled horizontal and it gets a kink and it pops out the surface of the sun. That's why they start out closer to the poles and they migrate towards the equator as the sun cycle progresses. That's one of the reasons. Okay, there's a lot of other science behind that too, but the main key factor I'm talking about here is the equator is rotating faster than the poles. So that's it's a good thing to know. Now, like I said, guys, you guys notice that too? Can you guys see how it's different? The corona is different there. I've just never really noticed it to that extent before. Is it normal? I mean, I guess it could be. I don't know. Is it just because of the way we're looking at it? Again, I don't know the answer to this. I'm just throwing it out there that I noticed that. I will do some research on that and see if it's actually a known phenomenon or if it's something that's supposed to be like that or what. Hey, good conversation in there, guys. I like your guys' combo in there. So, yeah. So let me go ahead and move on as we're moving forward with this. This was something else I thought was kind of neat. They seen a green blob over Rhode Island. This is at spaceweather.com, guys. You guys need to go over here and subscribe to them. They're well worth it. Let me just say that right up foremost, right up, okay? These guys do a really good job. Now, that's a sunspot, named sunspot. They haven't named this one because it ain't, facing us yet. I don't see how they can't name it once it pops over. I mean, they probably will almost immediately. So, but they're even saying geomagnetic storm watch here on the 18th and 19th. Now, again, they're saying the same thing here too. We had that double little burst CMEs. The first one that looked like it was going to sail north of Earth, actually, we may catch a glancing blow from that one too. So we could get kind of two little hits. But the one that happened on the southern part or more towards the equator of the sun, I think it's definitely going to hit us. But it looked to be pretty weak. Anyway, this green blob they seen came from a rocket. And I guess it was to say it was barium or something. Oh, not barium. It was something different. Let's see here. Goodness. Yeah, it was barium. This is a cloud of barium vapors released by a black branch sounding rocket. It was launched at 8:44 p.m. on the 16th. So they got to see a big green blob up here in the sky. They're probably wondering what the heck's going on. Anytime you see something green in the sky at nighttime, where does your mind go? Automatically straight to UFO stuff, right? I mean, it should. In my mind, I mean, that's where I go. So that'd be kind of crazy. I thought that was neat. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Hey, G513, what's happening? So yeah, I mean, you guys can see all this stuff for yourself. Go over here to spaceweather.com and check it out. Again, they're pointing out the coronal holes also because they are large. Now, Noctilucent Clouds. What's a Noctilucent Cloud? It's a blue metallic looking cloud that happens over our poles. Okay? Really close to the poles. What happens is water vapor gets high up in the atmosphere and it freezes around meteor dust. Now, what the deal here is right now it's summertime or going to be summertime in the northern hemisphere. So we're going to start looking for Noctilucent clouds showing up on the northern hemisphere. Nothing right now. Okay? I want to point out, I want to make sure that everybody remembers that we were 2 weeks late in the southern hemisphere this year. That's significant. Okay? That's a good amount of time. That means that it wasn't as, believe it or not, wasn't as warm. Because what happens is it takes that water vapor to get up there. If everything's cold and dry, there's no water vapor. So it has to get warmer, and allow that vapor to get up there, and it freezes around that meteor dust. So that's, I don't have any other explanations on why we get Noctilucent clouds, so, I don't have any other way to go with that. Hey, Tom, what's up? Oh, did you see that, Tom? I was going to ask you about that because I knew you were down there. They were going to do a plasma release, right? Ain't that what was going on down there to try to produce some aurora? I'm pretty sure that that's what the deal was there. They were going to launch something up there, guys, and they were going to, over our East Coast, like over the Atlantic Ocean and kind of over our eastern coast, and it was going to supposed to produce aurora. They were studying something, and it was plasma, and I don't know what the exact study was for. I didn't really dig into that, didn't have time, but yeah. Hey, Tam Tam. Atmospheric study, yeah, that's what I thought. Thanks for bringing that up, Tom. I really appreciate that. Hey, Russell, what's up? Activity uptick. Surely our activity energy, the Earth consumes energy. Does the sun work like a battery, a charger, an invert? The sun, again, guys, it's like it's all magnetized. It's all magnet, right? Pretty much. That's how we get our magnetic field and that kind of thing. Now, the sun's definitely totally different than the Earth in the aspect of having solid ground. That's not what the sun is. That's the difference. And, because of the different rotating speeds of the sun, even on the sun, it causes it to do certain things. And it's not a silly question, by the way. Okay? Don't ever think there's a silly question, IEX. There's not. I will never, ever downgrade or talk down to anybody. I don't do that. I just want everybody to have a good understanding of at least what I think things are. And I'll show you the observation. I point you to where I'm looking, and I hope you guys go look for yourself. Okay? And believe it or not, that's going to lead me to my next conversation here in just a second. But I'm not seeing a whole lot earthquake-wise, guys. We have had a big uptick. We had multiple sixes last week. We had enough sixes for like a week in like 2 days. So yeah, there was a definite uptick, and we were getting a lot of solar weather and stuff at the same time, and along with a lot of other space weather, a lot of things going on. So I just want to point that out before I go on here to my next thing here, because I want to show you guys this, because this is exciting for me, and I hope it's exciting for you guys. It may not be. You may not even give two craps about this, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. And let me, I'm going to pull the chat up like I said here, guys. This is going to be one of my new channels. Okay? Well, it's going to be another channel that I'm going to be doing. It's called Say It to My Face. I haven't got any content here yet, and it's for obvious reasons. You guys will understand here in just a second. And the reason is, this is going to be, I don't really want to call it a debate channel, but in essence, it kind of is. I sit back and I've seen both sides. I've seen the side of a creator that does YouTube, and I've seen the side of a viewer. So it gives me a unique perspective, and it allows me to, in my opinion, to be a little bit more fair to both sides, because I've been on both sides. Hey, E-Rock, what's up? So, if you guys want to know what this is about, my goal here is to bring together two people that have opposite views on whatever subject, and at the very least have a respectful conversation about it. Okay? I don't want any kind of like attacking and all that kind of stuff. That's not what I'm saying here. But I do think it's good and healthy to see both sides at the same time. Plus, guess what else it does? It gets rid of all that crap people running to their channels, posting a video and walking away and not having any repercussions than somebody else making a video and going back at them. And it becomes like a back and forth all the time. And it's not just on one subject. I mean, it is a sickness across this whole platform. Okay? So, thanks, Sam Tan. Appreciate it. Again, guys, there's no content here. Now, I left a link to an email that I'm going to have people email me. Now, and I put, if you guys go read it, there is absolutely no subject line that isn't able to be talked about. I don't care what it is. It could be Mandela effect. It could be what we talk about, with space weather stuff. It could be whatever, anything. I would even branch out and do the religious discussions and stuff like that. Because I think there's good points on all sides, and it really sickens me to see people running around just saying whatever they want to say about other people. But if they're that confident to do that, they should be confident enough to come over here and say it to their face. So that's kind of what I'm saying. And I know that might sound a little bit like strong, but frankly, guys, I don't think there's any way else to do it. And what this does is this will allow people with two different perspectives. And let me say this straight up and just right in the front. What it will do, person A is never, ever going to convince person B. Okay? And person B is never going to convince person A. The goal here is to give everybody that's listening a chance to decide for themselves while looking at both sides at the same time. That way there is absolutely no question what is being said, what they believe, what's going on, this, that, and the other. Hey, Wolfie. Oh, baby. Love it. But that's the goal of this channel. So if you have an idea, or if you have a theory, if you have something that's just ticking you off, or if you see somebody else that has put stuff out and you want to just simply talk to them face to face and ask questions, or even do it in a very structured debate style, because there won't be none of this screaming and yelling. If it happens, people will get muted. I'll be a moderator. I won't have any input whatsoever in the conversation. And my goal is to do this. Let's have a conversation about it. And at the end, let everybody that's watching ask questions. Do a question and answer. And I think this could bring a whole lot more understanding on what the actual theories are, what actual people believe, what the belief system, this, that, and the other. Now, again, like I said, it's not just going to stick with space weather and space and all that kind of stuff on this channel. It's going to go across the gamut. I hope to get some people in here that really have good ideas and to get people that challenge them. And I want to see that here because number one, there's always questions on people's honesty and stuff like that. You will immediately know how honest they are when somebody asks them a question and how they respond. There's none of this, well, that guy asked me a question in the comment section, so now I can go run over here and think about it for 3 days before I respond. No, you're going to get an honest answer right off the bat because they have no other way to do it. They'll be right here talking to people face to face. And so that's the idea of this. I hope it works. I hope people like it. I think it will be beneficial to everybody. And again, my position in this will be just as a moderator. I will set up whatever interviews or debates or conversation. Both parties will agree to both, the rules of the conversation before we start. And then that's all I will be doing is enforcing that rules. That's it. It's really that simple for me. I'm not going to add anything to the actual conversation. The idea here is to give you different points of view so you guys can go research yourself on whatever subject it is. So I hope that people like this for no other reason that it can give people a different point of view. So I really do. I really hope that's what it is. Again, I'm not going to let people get disrespected and attacked and stuff like that. It's not about that. It's just about, and don't get me wrong, I guarantee you there'll be people that get very, very passionate about what they're talking about, and they may get upset, and they may do things that, they may say or do things that seem kind of abrasive, but as long as it's not like attacking in a downgrading way and that kind of a thing, calling people names, that kind of stuff, we're going to be able to see how passionate these people are, and we're going to be able to see how confident they are in their knowledge of what they're talking about. Because they're going to be doing it live, and they're going to be doing it with, with somebody there that doesn't agree with them. So both sides will be challenged. So I really do think that this is going to be a good thing for everybody. And I hope that anybody listening to me here that has theories, that has different belief systems, whatever it is, I don't care what the subject is, email me and we'll set something up. We'll try to get it done to where people can, come to one place here and be able to see a gamut of different things. Now, there's a channel I really, really like, and it has the word debate in it, which is the only thing I have an issue with. It's called Modern Day Debate. If you guys want to check that channel out, they go across different platforms, and they go across different ideas. They do the whole gamut, right? It ain't just religious. It ain't just flat earth. It ain't just whatever subject you want to talk about. Okay, it's across, and that's what I'm trying to do here. But I hope I've got a unique perspective because I've been on both sides. But just know, if you come watch this and it's going to be like whatever it is, I'm not going to be putting my 2 cents in at all. It's just going to be me simply enforcing the rules that both of these guys would agree to. That's it. So I hope you guys can enjoy something like that at the same time as, just getting a different view on something. So you probably can tell I'm kind of excited about this. This is something that I think can help the whole community as a whole. I really do. Because after you come together in a conversation mode, face to face, or a debate style or whatever, everything's out there on the table at that point. There is no questioning what somebody said, because it's right there. There is no questioning what you believe. So my thing here is, guys, if people have a really, really strong opinion, and I see it a lot in chats and comments and stuff, well, have the courage to come defend it. That's kind of what I'm saying. And let everybody see how you're defending it, and let everybody understand that this is how you think and this is how you think it is, because that's really what we're all looking for, right? We're looking for those answers. And it's good to see all sides of it. How long until first live? Tam, I'm not sure. I'm trying to, set up some stuff. Hopefully I'll get some emails after this. Again, let me go back here. I can go to, give me a second. Sorry about that, guys. Just give me a second, okay? Here's a link to my email for this channel, this new channel. Again, it's called Say It To My Face, all caps. And again, if you guys go over there, you're not going to see no content yet, okay? I'm still kind of getting it ready. I don't have anybody that's, I'm just now announcing it. So I hope to get some people that will email me and talk to me a little bit, and let's see if we can't get something scheduled. Now, I want to say this too. If you have, say you've watched somebody's video and you want to have a conversation with them on my channel like this, email me. I'll try to get a hold of those people and see if we can't set something up. Grandma JJ, I will talk, like I said, I will talk about anything. She's talking about fluoride. That's a good subject to talk about. A lot of people have those questions. Okay? Hey, Angelo, holding it down in the Bronx, baby. Tempest, Dennis, what's up? Tam, that's right. Kathleen. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, across the board, HAARP, CERN, 5G, I don't care what the subject is. I don't. I just don't. I just want, those are big subjects we all talk about. And I want to get people in here that are confident in what they are saying and what they're showing, and get people on both sides of it and let them have a conversation in front of us. So that is definitely what I'm trying to say. You can't find the channel? Hold on a second here. I can post a link. Let me, it's in my description. Who was that? Was it Paula was asking me that? Let me just do it right here real quick. I can drop the link to my channel right here. Oh, did Wolfie drop it? Thanks. Yeah, so there's a link to the new channel. It's in the description. It's there in the live chat now. So please, have some confidence in what you believe. And if you really feel strong enough about it, I'm willing to give everybody a voice and do that. Okay? I'm serious about this. And I want everybody to know straight up front, like I said, I won't have any input in the conversation whatsoever. Thanks, Rip. Appreciate that. G8, what's up? Thank you. So, the in or outy belly button debate. Love it, dude. Love it. But I do think we can build a good community of people here that can have discussions in a respectful way. And let us all see, take for instance, like Grandma JJ was talking about fluoride in our drinking water. I'll be the first to tell you that I don't know hardly anything about that. And I would be very, very interested to hear what people have to say about it. Okay, it's subjects like that. Even, I hate to say this, but I would even have a conversation about masks and all that if we need to. So what I'm trying to say is I think we can tackle some big subjects just by coming together like this. And that's really the goal. So thanks, Valley. I appreciate that. And I guys, you guys seen the evolution of my channel. And the way my channel evolved the way that it did, and I'm just going to explain it real quick, is I figured out probably about a year in that guess what? I didn't know as much as I thought I did. And at that point, I realized that I wasn't really an expert on anything. I was trying to show people what I was learning, and I was getting a lot of it wrong at the beginning. And so I went to just, you see how I've evolved to showing you guys observations and pointing you guys towards the research data itself. I'm not going to tell people what to think. Okay? And that's where this kind of birthed from. Now, I'm not going to stop doing my Wages World channel. I'm still going to report on space weather. Okay? So just know that. But I hope to get people in here that, they want to get really mad at other people about ideas or whatever. And I hope they're able to have enough guts to come to a place like this, because everybody knows that I'm completely fair. I will never, ever not be fair on something like that. People will get equal speaking time. They will not be allowed to overtalk each other, all that kind of stuff. If we're going to do something like this, it's going to be productive. It ain't going to just be some stupid dumpster fire. Okay? And, when I get this channel up and running, I will be posting terms that are used in this kinds of debates and stuff like that. A lot of you guys might have heard these before, like dumpster fire, straw man, virtue signaling, all those kinds of terms that a lot of people don't even know what those mean. And I want people to understand what people are talking about when they say certain words like that. But yeah, gaslighting, all that kind of stuff. Thanks, Christine, sorry, McCoy. Info, what's up? Jacob, Darren. Yeah, I know. Crazy, right, Jacob? Yeah, dumpster fire, for sure. I've seen many of them. You guys go watch any of these. Yes, Rip, you have hit the nail on the head. Rip says, you better get some seriously neutral and skilled moderators, my friend. Yes. Okay, and I will. They will be picked specifically for how they can handle themselves in a tough situation. And I've already got some people in mind. I just haven't talked to them yet. So I'm hoping that they'll be willing to do that. Because I'm not going to pick somebody that I know is going to be like a hothead and be mad all the time. I want somebody that's going to have a level head, calm, and does nothing more than enforce the rules. That's it. Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to give anybody a shot, E-Rock, for sure. Yeah, Pamela, that's a great idea, isn't it? Oh, man. So, yeah. And Michael P's talking about the jab. We all know what jab is, right? Jab in the arm. We know what we're talking about there. You can't even say those words. And again, at the beginning of the channel, it's not going to be something that's... I'm not going to worry too much about those kinds of words. But we're still going to watch those kinds of words. But in case you guys didn't know, when you monetize your channel, it gets pushed out there more. I'm not sure if you guys knew that or not. I don't monetize my channel. This one, I probably will. I'll probably monetize it for that reason and that reason only. Believe me, nobody's getting rich off of this. I've seen, if you go to Social Blade, you can look at anybody's analytics. It'll tell you their estimated money they would make off of ads. And most of it, you really have to have, like, to make any kind of ad money, you have to have over 100,000 subs. It's, yeah. So, yeah, I don't monetize my channel. But again, if this one can grow like my Wages World did without me monetizing, that's what I'll do. I have no interest in really doing that. The only other thing that it does help for is, like, at the end of these conversations, most people that do like a debate channel, they will have somebody put a super chat in if they want to ask a question. And those questions get asked to the participants first. At the beginning of the channel, I'm talking about if this thing takes off and grows. If it doesn't grow at all or whatever, and it's just doing what it's doing, we'll just keep trying, right? So it's not something that's going to happen immediately anyway. It's going to take a while, even to get to the monetization subject. I'm just putting it out there that people need to know, when you don't monetize your channel, you're actually handicapping it. And that's something that people, I can't tell you how many times bigger channels have tried to get me to monetize. And I can't say that they're wrong, but there's reasons I don't. You guys know the reasons I don't. And that reason is that I can say and do things a little bit different. I can play you guys like mainstream music. You guys know that? When I play like a song that's like a well-known song, they will send me what they call it's not a copyright strike. It's like an infringement. And what happens is sometimes it'll get banned in like 1 or 2 countries. That's it. It doesn't put a strike on my channel or nothing like that. I can still play music and do whatever I need to. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Just from me talking, I've already got double the subscribers. I hope people really do come here and check it out. I really do, guys. Yes, Charles, anyone. I don't care who you are. If you have a subject you want to debate or have a conversation about, shoot me an email to that email I posted a minute ago. It's in my description. It's I think it's jwages819@gmail.com. That would be it. So I really hope that people enjoy this, and I really hope people that want to have a conversation, guys. And I would say this too: please reach out to people that you know that have like done some research and are really, pretty knowledgeable about whatever subject. Well, for example, Mark had somebody on his channel, Mark Pires, talking about Mandela effect. You know, that guy was so intelligent on that subject, he would be awesome for something like this. Because I guarantee you there's people out there that disagree with that effect. And I would love to bring those people together and hear both sides. You know, and at some point it could even be like 2-on-2, that kind of situation. But anybody, and I mean anybody, can come here and debate. I don't care. I don't care who you are. Or come here and have a conversation. Because there is a difference. A debate is pretty structured. You get opening time to say what you need to say and present what you need to present. And then you get rebuttal time, question and answer. And then you have usually open conversation. There's a lot of different things that could go into a debate. But if you just wanted to have a conversation, that's possible too. But the conversation that we'd be having would have a moderator, which would be me, and maybe some other people that I trust could step in and co-moderate with me during the live show. So that's kind of the idea behind it. So I just want to, put that out there. And anybody that wants to, if you have a real, like I said, please, if you know people, go talk to them. Say, hey, he's starting this channel, and he's looking for people that want to have a discussion with each other, or they don't like what this person is talking about and they think they're way wrong on their idea. Maybe I could contact them. We can get them both into the same into the same channel here with this, and have a productive conversation. As long as it stays respectful, at least the people that are watching are going to get something from it. I have no disillusion. The two people that would be talking to each other, if they're passionate about what they believe, they're never going to agree right away. Okay, just know that. So the people I'm really trying to reach here are the people that are listening. But it's also giving those people that want to come here, I'm giving them more of a voice, I guess. They're able to come here and tell their ideas, voice it straight up. Here it is. Why are you saying I'm wrong? Or somebody on the other side saying, well, I think you're wrong, that kind of thing. And then you give reasons why. It's that simple. So yeah. Rip, you're killing me with that stuff. Dude, you got one of the best sense of humors, man. Thanks, Sherry. I appreciate that. I really do. And again, guys, this is just my way to bring, take a negative thing as people talking behind somebody's back and being a keyboard warrior and just saying what they can say and running from it, right? This is my way to take something negative and hopefully get something positive out of it. I live my life like that. I think you guys know that. I'll take whatever negatives at me and I really try to find a way to make it positive. Like my YouTube channel, Wages World. Where do I point you guys after my shows? Over to Mark Pires, because he's doing positive stuff. It's all about feeling good, laughing, listening to good music over there. It's good to have those kinds of releases. And that's why. So, speaking of that, let's, what I'm going to do here, and I know I probably lost some viewers here already, but that's just going to be what it is. You might be right down here. Let's go to subscriptions.
Maybe the world just thinks it sucks.
Wow. Maybe the world just thinks it sucks. Look at the title here, guys. Shutting off the negativity of the world every night at 9 p.m. Tell me that ain't a good title. Somebody tell me that ain't a good title. I mean, come on. So what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to be going over here anyway. I'll be in the chat. So just know that here is a good positive release for everybody. There's the link. He just did a feature film, Batmark versus Supermark, and it's great. It's funny. He put a lot of time into that. He lets everybody have input. So if you guys want to, let's, we ain't did this in a minute. How about we go over here and show him some love? I would love to do that. If you guys want to follow me over there, I would love that. Go over there and say, hey, Wages World sent me. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. Thanks for the positivity. So, yeah. So here's his link again. But again, guys, please check out my new channel too, right here. Yeah, I think you guys think this is going to be good for us, or for me and everybody else involved. So, but come over here to Mark's channel right now, and I'm going to head that way. And I hope you guys have a good night. I'll keep you updated on the space weather. So, thanks to all my mods and all my subscribers here. So, God bless. Yahusha saves, and